I'm going to have to buy time until you do this correctly. So in FF14, you go...
Please help! It's all gone wrong! We have a new effervescence visual effect for the Resto Druids. So there you go, but there is the Glyph of Wild Mushroom if you want the spell to return to its more mushroomy state. So basically the floor effect is the same, but in the middle you get this flower. So that's what they're doing for the Druids. Nice to get a new effect. Nice you can use a Glyph to get the old one again. Then, PvP Group Finder improvements, where PvP categories now use the player's PvP item level instead of their regular item level, so... Yep, I guess that's a little bit of a... I mean, not counterintuitive, because it is intuitive, but it's like a sort of second-order effect of the change that they made.
Yeah,
so it's good that it's updated.
Yeah, that's clearly just an oversight of, oh shit, whoops, we forgot about that one. Sorry.
Then, Corthian armaments, because apparently... the main feature of our World of Warcraft stream is talking about Corthian armaments. A thing that in the grand scheme doesn't really matter that much, but, you know, kind of pisses us off in principle.
Philosophically, it does.
Philosophically. So, Dakor has been a busy boy doing some testing this week. So, something that he missed when testing the new Corthian armaments last week. The Corthian accessory token, which can roll a random ring or trinket, gives rings that are unique equipped, meaning you can only wear one of them at any given time. When testing out the new alt experience on PTR, where I sent the Renown Anima and a full set of gear tokens, I got 3 of the same ring back to back, meaning I completely wasted 1500 Stygia on rings I wouldn't even be able to use. Very fun. Very nice and fun. Oh yeah, I didn't even get a single trinket from those 4 tokens. So this is just a thing of, it's the same, it's reduced in magnitude, but it's the same problem. Just that whenever you do it like this, it's like the percentage chance of a dupe is like pretty high, or, an effective dupe where it's, unique equip. He then said that on top of that, when using the 2 weaponry tokens, I got 2 main hands again. So another 1500 Stygia wasted to make a grand total of 3000 Stygia wasted trying to gear out an alt. So that's not great, and then, since the BOA token was redeemed and the gear itself was not soulbound, it's not as if I could just send the dupe rings over to an alt. So this is just an example of something that Blizzard needs to think about more. This is the player experience. So imagine where a player grinds up all of the Stygia that Dakor's just talked about here, and then they find that the token system has wasted that much of it. That's going to create negative player sentiment where they feel like their time is being wasted. That is not ideal. So he says, let's get separate Corthian armament tokens for rings and trinkets and for mains and offhands. Also, there's no neck token, so let's get one of those. Now, beyond that, he's got some updates for us. So, update 1. I also purchased 3 Valor gear tokens, which gave me 2 of the exact same pair of gloves out of the entire Mythic Plus pool. Let's hope that's not a bug, and that was just some pretty darn bad luck. But obviously, this is a case where there probably should be some bad luck protection to prevent you getting literally the same thing again as a dupe. If it wasn't bad enough that these aren't currently slot specific, he's getting the same item, I'm done. And again, this is Valor points. This is a seasonally capped currency. You only get so much of it, so to have some of it be wasted in a manner like that is obviously going to feel bad to a player who has put in the work to earn that currency. So, as Dakor says, let's get slot-specific Mythic Zero gear tokens as well. Otherwise, don't even bother putting them in-game, as they're mostly useless as it stands, especially with the Valor Cap being a thing.
Yeah.
And he's got another happy update for us too, man.
Of course, he's an updatey boy.
Yeah, man does testing, finds out what the realistic gameplay experience is, and it's not always good. I also tested the new BOA Instant Renown 40 tokens on PTR. You can probably guess the experience I had. So, I used one of these on a low renown character that needed to get to renown 20 to complete the Covenant campaign. That character is now level 40 renown, but the Reach Renown level 20 quest didn't actually trigger as being complete. I guess it was my mistake thinking you needed to be at least renown 20 when in fact you needed to be exactly 20. So that really is quite funny. That is something that I do, I'm glad this has been caught. He did bug report it, so there's a chance that actually Dakor's testing here in PTR will literally result in this being caught. It could just be that was, if renown equals 20, then upgrade. where it should be if renown equals 20 or greater. So it's a very simple fix, a very simple change to logic that will allow that to trigger. But, just an example of the type of thing you need to be on the lookout for when it comes to testing.
Yeah, and also not just testing, it's the kind of thing that results of you having to change your design spec later. Because how many things in the game are going to be kind of made like that, assuming, you make a set of assumptions based on the design spec that you know is going around the office, or you know is available, and you go, okay, well, I have done this perfectly to spec. There is no way that this could possibly go wrong. Then, 6 months later, turns out the design spec's been thrown in the bin, and now all of this stuff needs to be redone.
Yeah.
So it's that thing of just, this is the kind of price they pay for having to go back on their designs all the time.
There is one comment I want to call out there, just from Ron, who said, "You just want to buy the gear you want. What would you do after that, though?" The thing is, Ron, number one, even if all of this stuff was slot based, the tokens are all random, so you're not literally getting the piece of gear that you want. That's the first thing. The second thing is, there's something to be said for paying a reasonable price to earn a thing, because that then makes a player feel like they can put in the work to earn the currency to get the thing. And then that means the journey of getting the gear that you want is, feels meaningful and feels reasonable, because you know what you want, you know exactly how to get it, you know the work you need to put in, and you just go and you do the work. The other thing is, this is catch-up gear, so this is Mythic 0 tokens, right? So this is not super high item level gear. This is not the type of gear that, this is the type of gear that, at most you want to spend a few days getting. Like, say, with the Corthian armaments, for some, maybe for that more sort of casual player who's not able to just, get a whole bunch of big gear in a character super quick. This is the sort of one where, you want to just get all those slots covered decently quick at a very base level, because, of course, all of those things have got an upgrade system via the Archivist's Codex. So, I don't think we'd just be saying, hey, we want people to be easily able to earn precisely the gear that they want in a super short time. It's more just, if you're doing a catch-up gear system like this, you should probably do it in a way where, you don't disrespect people's time. I think a lot of people would be happier to pay more Stygia for the thing that they actually want, and they'd be happier to put in the work to earn that Stygia, than they would for, the thing to be cheaper, but then it to have that aspect of randomness where there's a decently high chance that their work's just going to go in the bin. It's one of those things where all humans have got a negativity bias. That can make a lot of evolutionary sense, because, getting a few extra berries in the forest is great, but the thing to focus more on is not getting mauled by the bear. We just have that negativity bias. It's something that I guess, we're animals. It just came up like that, and these are still things that we sort of have right now.
Yeah, if I were to add to that in any capacity, I would say that the thing you do once you've got the gear that you want in the game is play the game, because that's generally what the loop of the game, at least what it used to be. Gearing wasn't a goal unto itself. Gearing was a stepping stone on your goal to getting more content. Yeah, that's what it was. It was something you went for a reason.
And I think you could then perhaps say that, you could then say, it's really bad when you get a text that's really, really funny and it derails you. Shit. Oh my God. I thought there was a really good point coming. Yes, I've got it. I've wrangled the point again. I've caught the news. Right. If in Destiny 2, it's like gearing. In Destiny 2, as your item level goes up, or your light level, whatever it's called, you do more damage. But different guns feel different to use. So they feel pretty different. In Diablo 3, or Path of Exile, I suppose, but D3 is the one that I have played, you have that gearing loop. But it's not just that your Demon Hunter is the same darn Demon Hunter forever. You'll get different legendaries and different effects. And different things allow you to change your build and radically change your gameplay. Now, there is some of that in World of Warcraft. But the difference is that in something like Diablo 3, you're building towards these sets that feel so crazy and so overpowered that it's just that big ARPG chungus. Whereas, of course, in World of Warcraft, they can't do that as much. They can't get as much crazy madness out of how the gear transforms your character. And I think, at least from our perspective, I think this would be the consensus of just about everyone who works here, we do think we should go a little bit more, clean and simple, clean and easy in the gear. And then, you know, the game is more than just that. So, yes. As for why I'm reading a text on stream, it's because I use my phone to look at chat while I have our document up here. It's pretty handy, actually. It fits perfectly in the margin of Notion. So, good stuff. All right. So that's that. That's a little bit of talk about gearing. I have now messed up the positioning of my laptop. Epic. Oh dear, it's just falling over. Oh, I've completely fucked it, everyone.
This is what he's generally like, by the way. Just a little thing. Just sorry to dispel any notions you may have of him, but this is normal behavior. Yeah. No, I guess it's not really.
Maybe I should get a stand that is not just repurposing a friggin' Stream Deck stand for a full laptop.
That might be generally
just
helpful.
maybe, like.
Might be it. But if I had anything else to say about gearing, it's just the idea of specific gear, even just, you know, even if it's expensive is something you work towards. FF14 does it fairly well in that sense, where you go and you spend the effort, and I'm going to have to buy time until you do this correctly. So in FF14, you go...
Please help! It's all gone wrong!
So in FF14, you basically target gear the vast majority of the time you're playing, and that's it.
We've done it. We've done it. It's fixed. The laptop's here.
Yeah.
All right. Epic. Phew.